So here it is, a video I never really seen myself doing in the past, but I've learned a few things over the few weeks or even up to a month or two when I was doing this project, Liverpool Through the lens, and I figured since I learned some stuff on the way, I could share that knowledge with you guys and to improve myself. Like, I kind of should have paid more attention to those stuff which I'm just about to share it with you, so when you're working on your project you know what to pay attention more. So the first thing I've learned shooting this project of mine was to create a shot list. That's one of the fundamentals of structuring a video. At the moment I'm just kind of wandering around, exploring Manchester, working on potentially next project, I'm not too sure, but yeah, remember guys, shot list. Make sure you plan out exactly what you want, so at least have a bit of a structure to your video, so you know exactly that on a day when you go, you know what to shoot. I know sometimes it is hard, but usually I just put a note on my phone saying shot list and like list the stuff I want to kind of at least achieve shooting. So it doesn't have to be precise, you don't have to really know the media lingo as to making a shot list. Keep in mind what you want to shoot and do it. So a second tip is never enough footage. There is simply never enough footage for you to shoot. That's one of the most important things I kind of learned, or at least I knew about it before, but I never really paid attention to until I always like sat down on my laptop and figured I don't have enough footage to cover the timeline I want to cover. So yeah, never enough footage. Always overshoot. Like, for every location you throw yourself into, make at least 10 clips in order for you to have room for error and like room to work out with. So yeah, never enough footage guys. Shoot as much as you can. And the third point we have on our list is shoot handheld, which kind of relates to point 2, but I always find myself, if I use handheld, I always come up with more footage. Like, I love my gimbal. I've recently purchased Ronin SC, absolutely love it. It's brilliant for what it does, having those smooth shots, hyperlapses, but it kind of limits you. So try to shoot handheld as much as possible. Use your gimbals and whatnot, specific shots you actually want to get. But for most of your B-rolls, try to shoot handheld and you'll be able to come up with so many more creative shots than you'd think. So here is a tip number 4 for there. So here's tip number 4, which is organization. Organization is the key. I've noticed that when I'm doing a bigger project or projects where I need to use 100 plus footage and it's all getting mixed and mashed and I don't know where the footage is I want to look for, what the shot is. So I've noticed that renaming the footage doesn't really work for me, for the sake of if I rename something to like clip description or whatnot, I most likely forget the name I renamed it to, and then so when it comes to searching for it, it's much harder for me to do. So what I do now is put each shoot into a different folder and then go through the folders and then find the shoots I want. Or alternatively, you could there's so many ways you could organize them, and that's the way I kind of do it. Just different days or different places you could potentially put down and then go through that, and it's much easier to find your footage, which makes the workflow go so much nicer. I wish I knew that before, or at least paid attention to. I think there's so many tip videos and it's just like, oh okay, common sense, and it's like, oh, but you don't really apply it to, and if you don't apply it to, it's much harder. Essentially one of the tips which I would definitely pay attention to in my upcoming projects.